Welcome to this episode of Diaspora Scholars TV. My name is Daktari, and guess what? We are still in Indianapolis, and we brought you previously the story of Dr. Jacob Otile from Uganda. Today we bring you another one. But this time around, she has a PhD. I tell you, she's a trailblazer. She has done it all. She's among the gifted girls in Uganda. So join me in welcoming Dr. Grace.
Thank you,
Turyasingura.
Daktari. Yes. Thank you, Daktari.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
It's a summer day, but at least it's cooler today.
Yeah. The weather is much better than it has been, I think, the past couple of days. Yeah.
Last time we talked, I still went away thinking about how you came and bought a bicycle. So anyway, tell us, we want to trace your story again, from your studies and how you've been able to come all through down from Uganda all the way to Sweden and in the US. So, take it away. Tell us a bit of your story.
Yeah, so like I'd mentioned before, my undergraduate was in Uganda at Makerere University. And then I worked for 3 years at the Infectious Disease Institute, after which I got a master's scholarship to go study in Sweden, which was such a life-changing event because it was the first time that I was moving away from home to go in a foreign country without family there to just basically study abroad. And that came with so many changes, adapting to weather, because Sweden pretty much has very cold winters, weather, culture, lifestyle. By the time I go to Sweden, I didn't know how to bike because it's not a regular thing in Uganda that a female is biking anywhere, right? So luckily, one of my classmates in the master's course, she's from Ghana. She taught me how to bike in like a week. So yeah, I got into biking, started enjoying the culture, the food. And so when I was there for 3 years, so I did my master's for 2 years, graduated, worked for 1 year.
Oh, you worked in Sweden as well?
Yeah, I worked
in Sweden. Where did you work in Sweden?
I worked at the university where I'd studied, but under a nutrition and gut-brain research group, where I was involved in basically assisting PhD students with their projects, asking chamber, trying to understand the gut-brain axis, what are the specific mechanisms that are actually involved in gut barrier breakdown, and how does that impact overall health and inflammation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was
a good years in Sweden.
Yeah, 3 good years.
Did you learn some Swedish?
Yes, I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you say hi in Swedish?
It's humor do. I think humor do is how are you?
Humor do. Something like
hey
that.
do is goodbye. A few words. I think if I'm there, I would be able to remember more. But it's been like 6 years now. So
it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
All right. So then you came to the US.
Yes, and I came to
and
America.
Your mind, you said, like, I've been abroad before, so
Piece
I'm just
of
gonna
cake.
go in and fit in.
Exactly, piece of cake.
Buy my bike and I'm good.
Piece of cake. I know how to establish, like move into a new place that's empty and then put it all together and have like a actual good home to live in. I knew how to navigate public transportation. I knew how to navigate integration of cultures, or like basic starting point where I initially, whenever I go to a place, I identify what are my community, what's my community like what is my surroundings, get involved in a church. So I did all that, right? And very quickly I realized how different Europe and the US was, and the main indicator was public transport. Because first thing I did was to get my bike. I'm like, I know how to bike now, so let me see how to get around, right? Yeah, and that worked out during the summer, but close to September, October there, I quickly realized that as much as is heavy winter in Sweden, it's not as windy as it is here. So as much as I was biking during the winter in Sweden, that was harder here because of that. Like, it's really windy, so you're biking backwards, pretty much. So.
Oh wow! Like you're biking backwards.
Yeah, you have to bike. The bike is moving in the opposite direction of where you want to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So when did you graduate in Sweden? And so which year did you come to the US so that we can connect?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I graduated Sweden June 2018
With a master's in
with a master's in innate immunity and health and disease. That is specifically like I majored in innate immunity, which is the first line of the immune response, right? When you get a disease, the innate immune system is the first one that kicks in, and then you move on to the adaptive in the immune response system. After that, I worked in Sweden, and I started here in the US my PhD in August 2019.
August 2019.
Yes.
Oh, wow. And so your PhD, when you came, it was in microbiology and
yes, microbiology and immunology.
Immunology.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. And previously you were at the Institute of Infectious Disease.
Yes,
IDI.
yes, IDI in Uganda.
Where is it, in Kampala?
Yes, it's in Kampala. It has two places, but the one I was based at is in Mulago Hospital, which is a national referral hospital. Yeah.
Wow. So if you're watching from Uganda, today we are bringing you the story of Dr. Grace Turyasingura. I tell you, she's a trailblazer. I keep telling you again and again, because in this show we bring you stories about scholars who come to the US, indeed North America, who are killing it, the way they say it in the US. You have won several awards.
Yes.
In Sweden.
Yes.
Even in the US.
Yes. So
tell us about those.
In Sweden, I was really privileged to, I think the biggest highlight was I received the Global Swede Award.
Wow.
Which in my scholarship cohort, they basically said there were different Africans or different students from other different countries, and I was selected as a global Swedish awardee for exemplary interdisciplinary abilities, leadership, and also fostering collaboration and relationships between our countries, so Uganda and Sweden.
Wow.
So that was a big thing, because you're invited to the embassy or where the ambassador is in Sweden, like in Stockholm, and then they give you a certificate and also like a badge, which has the Swedish flag combined with the Ugandan flag.
Wow.
So it's a big event. It was a really great opportunity. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's for sure. You are very well academically gifted. Eventually, you came to the US, right? And you got your PhD. I mean, even at this point, there are people watching, obviously, who will watch from Africa, from Uganda, from Tavali, from... Where were you born?
I'm born in Kampala. My dad is from Ukunjiri. My mom is from Kabale. Yeah, so I carry both worlds with me. Yeah.
Wow. Even if you're watching from a patch.
Exactly.
So we have Ugandans in the US who are really, doing incredible work in academia, in industry, and all over the US. And you can do it too. Tell them something. Those ones who want to be inspired by just by watching you, what do you want to tell them?
I think in general, one, you need to advocate for yourself, aim higher, and even if you're in an environment that's not very supportive, I think it's very important to see how you can seek mentorship outside your environment. Like if you have people who are supporting you, or if you don't, try to be proactive to seek them out. Like seek out opportunities, seek out mentorship from people who you feel are going to support you. They don't necessarily have to be within your circle or your family, but I think it's just always push yourself, and even when you get scared, you can do it scared.
You can do it while scared.
Yeah.
But PhD is not easy.
No. It is not. It's not an easy.
Tell us some of your experiences taking, 6 years is a long time and involves a lot of work, going to the lab, right? Tell us some of your experiences.
So yeah, the PhD is not a walk in the park for many who have done it. And now that I completed one, there's so much appreciation to how much growth you have to go through. I don't believe it's necessarily about being so brilliant, but you have to have a high level of resilience um, tap into creativity, like critical thinking, and also inner trust in yourself, right? I was always curious about science, about so many things, and I think the PhD experience or the research experience basically cemented that love for being curious, finding out why is something happening. So I'm not the type of person who will just be okay not knowing what the root cause of something is, right? So I'm always like, this is happening, what is going on really? So that was my innate interest in research. So prepare, if you're going to do a PhD, prepare for the growth, prepare for the hard work you need to do, but also the critical thinking build up, which comes with the training, but also it exposes you to a different type of adulthood that you only get when you go through it.
A different type of adulthood.
Yeah.
You cry. You have to
You
cry.
wear blood, sweat, and
You
tears.
have to cry sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to realize that it's okay to cry.
Yeah, it's blood, sweat, and tears. That's what everybody usually refers to it. But when you're in the PhD, you will most likely get some of those experiences, and it's basically trains you to fall and get back up.
Are there times you wish you were back in Africa, in Uganda?
Many times.
Yeah.
Many times I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just kept going because I always had this resilience. I'm like, I don't give up on things, but at the same time, I had a lot of social support.
Yeah.
Family, friends, the people who basically encourage me, like, you know what, you're almost at the end, keep going, keep going. So yes, in the PhD, you do need those kind of people who will like push you when your energy levels are low. Even for me, because being a Christian, my faith was very heavy on helping me to get to the very end.
Yeah.
When you don't understand something, I'm like, God, help me through this. So you basically need a lot of support.
A lot of support, including from God, as you say. You have
Yes.
to trust yourself, trust in God, and get also help and when you need it.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, what was your area of study? I mean, because I'm sure 5-6 years in a PhD program. What was your area of research? Let us know so that we can be able to also appreciate.
Oh, okay. So I studied based on my background in innate immunity, my master's. My focus for my project, it was mainly severe malaria. So I looked at the role of natural killer cells, which are immune cells in the innate immune system, in the immune responses in pediatric severe malaria. So our group had a collaboration with Uganda. So samples of children who had severe malaria in different classifications had been shipped here in the US. And so I was able to plug into a project whose main goal was actually to help Ugandan children. So I was able to work on a project that would be a direct beneficiary to Ugandan children, but in America. So that I thought was pretty cool.
That's really cool. I mean, for sure, great benefit to African children who suffer from malaria, and you've been able to find out some very interesting findings. Some of your work is out there, right?
Yes, it is. Right now, it's under review, but it was published already. And our main focus or our main key findings was that just like we know that not every shoe fits all, it's the same thing in the immune response where there might be differences even just by geographical location. So if you develop a vaccine, you need to account for one, severity of the disease, but also the transmission level, right? So Kampala and Jinja will have different malaria transmissions, and so the kids in those areas might need different therapeutic strategies. If there's over immune activation versus a decline or down regulation in the immune response. So it's not that you have Uganda and you're using the same approach to all the regions. You have to factor in geographical differences, intensity, and the disease burden. So those are the things that we found that clearly do impact care.
impact care. So when you get these samples, you have to obviously look for certain things to be able to know what the outcome is going to be.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Now, I mean, living in the US for 6 years, I mean, what are some of the extremes of, other than public transport? What were the most other shocking things that are, that you experienced in the US that are totally different from your experience in Africa and even in
Sweden.
Europe? Yeah.
So I think the work culture is definitely very different. In Sweden, there's a lot of, I think, from what I observed when I was there, there's more of there was more of a push for work-life balance, right? So during the summer, most of the places are even closed, right? But work continues in America. Like, you do get time off, but there's always something going on. It's not like a complete shutdown like it was in Sweden.
Oh, Sweden, so at the end of the day, it's like until the following day.
Yeah. Most places, unless if you're in a lab, of course, if you have experiments, you'll come in. But generally, I have observed that there's way more work activity of, like, I think, here than it was there.
Wow. Now, growing up in Uganda, even before you go to university, did you ever imagine you'd ever get a PhD?
Maybe the one thing that I knew that I wanted to do was to travel and get exposure.
Yeah.
Right. So I got into the PhD interest based off my friends in Sweden. Right. I had a couple of friends who had finished their PhDs and had seen what they do, and also I had honed into more of my research creativity and support that I got from my professors in Sweden, that I knew that this is actually what I love to do. I do love to do research and develop and generate new knowledge, find out more. I'm always curious. So my interest for the PhD definitely came from my education in Sweden.
Oh, wow, interesting. Now, what are your future plans? What are you thinking? Now you are done. What's your future plan?
Well, now that I am done with my PhD, I'm super excited to be able to integrate all the skills that I've gained in my PhD, my experience in the different places that I have lived and worked, to be able to make an impact in health, whether that is through research, through mentorship, or basically guiding somebody else through that journey, so that I'm able to have purpose and a mark for what I have gone through and gained. So I'm excited to be able to utilize my skill sets if at one point I do get onto a table where they're making decisions, to have a voice. And if this trickles down to be a beneficiary to Africa, I think that would be a very big plus for me.
That would be a very big plus for you. So for you, obviously, anywhere where you can be able to apply your skills and leave an impact, that would be great, particularly in Africa.
Yes.
Or even if it is Africa.
Even if it is Africa, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, what else do you do? I mean, I know you spent many years in the lab and doing research and all that. What else?
What else was I doing? I definitely love to travel. I didn't have so much time to do that during the PhD. I'm catching up with that now. I love to meet people, so I was very much involved in social gatherings. I was also able to get involved in some of the charity work with my church. I love music, so I went to concerts. I went to art, like there's like sculpture making or art pieces. So those are some of the things that I would do. Go swimming, or try to utilize my downtime when I had it.
If you ever had it.
If I ever had it. But I did. I was very deliberate about it. I was very deliberate. I think some of the things that I picked up from Sweden was being very deliberate in my resting time. So I would always schedule my experiments or my time in the lab so that I get most of the work or experiments before the weekend, right? Apart from few situations closer to my defense where I had to come in and finish up some experiments over the weekend, I did protect my weekends more.
To reset.
Yeah, to reset, which is a skill that I believe I picked up from Sweden, regardless of what the norm was at the time, that people are working from Monday to Sunday. As like, at least I would definitely take Sunday off.
At least you take Sunday off.
Yeah.
And maybe that's also a piece of advice you can give to the incoming graduate students, even undergraduate students. What else can you tell them? Because right now many of them are flying into the US. One just emailed me yesterday. And what other advice can you give them other than the one you just said? Make sure you also have your own me time, your time to reset. What else can you tell their, especially international students when they come to the US?
Yeah, so international students, I think as you're going into graduate school or a PhD, it's very important to know that life is going to happen as you're doing your PhD. So be aware that there's a PhD and then there's the experience of a PhD. I think we get so lost in what you need to do and not really realize that you need to actually live your life, because time is going with that season. So think about the things that you want to achieve, things that you want to learn and develop as an individual, and see how you schedule in those things within your PhD time. And then I think the most important thing is identifying all your support systems and being very keen on the mentorship that you will get during your PhD, because that's, any person who has done a PhD knows, like, that's the most pivotal aspect of the training.
Wow. If somebody offered you, what about a teaching job? Are you open to teaching positions at universities?
Yes, I'm open to teaching, and any way that I'm going to impact the next generation or even a bigger community with my skill sets, experience, I'm definitely open to it.
You're definitely open to it. Oh, wow, incredible. So what about the people who have helped you? I mean, I know you mentioned your family on that camera. Speak to some of those, because definitely they're going to be watching the video, right? Including the ones who are asking for part 2.
Yeah, special shout out to my family. My entire family was walked this journey with me. There's so many people who have supported me even from the very beginning. I mentioned Steffi, Bojana, Gina, Kadi, my amazing professors in Sweden that actually helped me pivot into this kind of training. Helped me to identify my skills and interests, basically pushing or encouraging the critical thinking. My amazing community here in Indianapolis, from my church, at Traders Point, Global Indie, my friends, Precious, for always bringing me food when I needed to work and everything.
From Medina?
Yeah, from Medina.
Hotel, restaurant?
Yeah, the Trees family. There's so many people. My group here at Traders Point, there's so many people who have been really pivotal in my journey that I can't actually exhaust all of them.
You can't,
but they made my experience here completely different. Yeah,
very different. So for those who missed, your earlier, education life, so tell us again, which primary schools did you go to? Which schools did you go to in Uganda before you went to your undergraduate?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So my primary school was Mengo Primary School, where I studied for 7 years. After that, I studied ordinary level at Katikamu STA. And then for my A levels, I was at Mount St. Mary's College, Namagunga. And from there, I was admitted into Makerere University on government sponsorship. After that, then got a scholarship to go to Sweden, and then got a PhD fellowship, an NIH Fogarty fellowship, which is what I did for my PhD. So I've been very blessed that I've gone through my education, pretty much most of the advanced ones sponsored.
Most of those were sponsored because of, of course, your performance, right?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. So in Makerere, what did you study?
Yeah, my career, I did a bachelor's degree in biomedical lab technology, and that was the first time I actually did my very first research project, which was investigating anti-diabetic activity of tree tomato, which is like a tomato plant, which is like a passion fruit, but it's like it has red seeds in it. So that was the first launch into research, and I did find that it does have anti-diabetic activity, but on that small scale, these are studies that would have to be done further to actually confirm. Yeah.
So you started research at in your undergrad. So
Yes.
yeah, that was pretty early indeed.
Yeah.
So you're watching Diaspora Scholars TV. This is the story of Dr. Grace Turyasingura from Uganda, and she just got a PhD from Indiana University, Indianapolis, located in the Midwest of the United States. You are incredible.
Thank you.
You are going places.
Amen.
Far much higher places than you think.
Amen. True.
It's been a long journey.
It is.
Many years.
It's been many years.
You spent your entire life in school.
That's true.
Now it's time to start
Now
life.
it's time to start life and transition to greater things, really. Yeah.
Greater things. I mean, you've already done greater things. For those, if you are watching, by the way, go find out. It's only 2% of the world population that has a PhD. She's one of them. If you talk about women, far much fewer than that. Talk about Ugandans or Kenyans or East Africans, far much less.
Yeah.
You've already succeeded.
Amen.
But it's not the end of it, right? You have to create an impact to other people, like you put it, and that's why we encourage people like you to speak on this show, to even encourage other people, and we want to wish you the best in your entire journey, wherever you go. Remember, you still have friends in Indianapolis.
Definitely, and also thank you for what you do, connecting past scholars and upcoming scholars, and all that you do for the community. I think that takes a lot of it's purpose-driven approach to see that there's going to be continuity, but also the incoming generation is encouraged that there are people who have done it. Because I remember when you do get those seasons in your PhD, you're like, oh, do I really want to go through? You think about all the people who have gone ahead of you and actually finished, so that helps you to keep going. And I think that's what the channel and everything that you're doing for the East African community is having impact. So it's pretty impressive.
Thank you so much also for for those kind words and for being part of our show. Our cameraman is Fred. He's also a student at Indiana University. He's only the cameraman who never appears on the show.
He's doing a good job behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, he does a lot of good work. His name is Fred Onyango. He's also a student, a master's student at the Indiana University, Indianapolis, where he went to school as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So, we're gonna cut it here, but probably might have another part 3 because you are waiting for this video for a long time. My name is Daktari, and we keep doing this. Again, as I keep saying, by road, by air, we take horses sometimes, and she told us to take bicycles.
Yeah, it's good for your health too. It's very good exercise.
It's good exercise.
It's very good exercise, and to the Africans who do not know how to bike, it's never too late. You can start anytime, do anything that you put your mind to.
You can start and succeed on anything you put your mind to.
Yeah.
All right. So my name is Daktari. Subscribe to this channel and wait out for the other episodes as well. See you in the next video. Thank you.
Thank you, Daktari.
Thank you.